Parashat Vayera is full with major events in Jewish history that are defining moments. We begin about Parashat by reading about the three angels that visit Abraham. Then we look at the birth of Ishaq. Then we read the destruction of the city of Sodom. And finally, the last episode, which I want to focus on for the next few minutes, deals with one of the most important parts in Jewish history, Akedat Ishaq, the near sacrifice of Ishaq Abinu. And the pasuk reads as follows: Vayhi, and so it was, Ahad Devarim ha'eleh. These events happened, V'ha Elohim beside Abraham. And God tested Abraham. Vayomer elav, and He told him, Abraham, Vayomer hineni. Abraham replied, hineni. The story goes on that Hashem asks Abraham, of course, to sacrifice his own son as an offering. So, a few days later, Abraham takes his two sons, Ishmael and Ishaq, and he takes Eliezer, and he tells them, we're going up for the sacrifice, let's go. Ishaq is wondering what's happening. We're going for a sacrifice, and something's missing. Where's the animal? So Ishaq asks his father Abraham, Abba, where's the animal? Abraham responds once again, Hineni Beni. The story goes on. Ishaq is laid down on the altar. Abraham takes out the knife, and Abraham is ready to sacrifice his own son Ishaq. A voice of an angel comes about, and he calls out, Abraham, Abraham. What does Abraham reply? Once again, a very powerful word, Hineni. The word Hineni is mentioned in the Torah 8 times. So far, Abraham has 3 mentions. Abraham answers Hineni to Hashem, he answers Hineni to his son, and he answers Hineni when he's holding the knife. So we go to Rashi, and Rashi right away translates the word Hineni, meaning here I am. The action of being ready. Now when we look at Akedat Ishaq, we say, wow, Abraham is an amazing person. It takes such a powerful man to have so much faith in God to be able to take his own son and sacrifice him. So we say Abraham is amazing. Abraham's actions are wow. But we know from history, especially ancient history, human sacrifice was a common thing. Everyone was taking their children and were committing human sacrifices. We know the Aztecs, not too long ago, a few centuries ago, were committing human sacrifice on a large scale. So if we think about it, Abraham's actions are not really wow, are not really amazing. Why? Because everyone was doing it. So we have to look a little deeper to understand why Abraham's actions were really amazing. And I'm going to give you 3 reasons to show the greatness of Abraham's actions. Number 1, Abraham, as we know, was known as a Ish Hesed, a man of kindness. The exact opposite of kindness, and to Abraham the worst thing you could do in terms of going against kindness is to kill someone. So when Hashem came to him and asked him, Abraham, sacrifice your son, Abraham's initial reaction might have been, and should have been, Hashem, I believe in you. I already passed 9 tests, but I'm sorry, that's just not who I am. I love kindness. I love Hesed. I cannot kill someone. It goes against who I am. Abraham, as we know, does not reply like that. He replies, Hineni, I'm ready. Second reason. As we said, human sacrifice was common in the ancient world. In fact, in the Torah it says it's a sin, it's an Vayera, if you do a human sacrifice. In fact, Abraham throughout his life was going from place to place preaching to the ancient people, please do not kill your son for your gods. It's a sin. Hashem told me if you commit human sacrifice, you're sinning. His entire life he's preaching. So again, when Hashem comes to him and tells him, Abraham, it's your turn, Abraham's reaction should have been, Hashem, I cannot commit human sacrifice. My entire life I'm preaching against it. I cannot face the people that I've been preaching my entire life. They're going to look at me and they're going to say, what? Oh, this guy is a hypocrite. Right? His entire life he's telling us not to do it. What is he doing now? He's doing human sacrifice. But as we know, Abraham says, okay, I'll look like a hypocrite. Hineni Hashem. I'm ready for you, Hashem. And lastly, and this is probably the most important part, Abraham accepts Hineni, he accepts the Akedat Yitzhak, despite logic. We know Hashem made a brit with Abraham, a covenant, a promise. Abraham, I'm going to give you a son, Yitzhak, and eventually a large nation will grow out of Yitzhak. Now Abraham's thinking, Hashem tells him to kill his son. His first initial reaction should have been, Hashem, does that make sense? You just promised me I'm going to have a large nation from Yitzhak, and now you're telling me, kill him. How am I going to have a great nation from him? That's illogical. But, once again, Abraham doesn't say that. Abraham just says, Hineni. The Abarbanel mentions that Abraham's actions epitomize what it means to be a Jew. And that is, we will serve Hashem no matter how difficult or how illogical the circumstances are. We look at Abraham, and Abraham chose faith over logic. He says, I'm going to look like a hypocrite. It's not going to make sense. It's going to go against the brit that Hashem told me. Right? It's going to go against my own character of chesed. At the end of the day, if Hashem tells me to do something, I'm going to put logic aside and I'm going to be faithful. And that's a great thing that Abraham did. Like even till the end. Knife in his hand, when the angel called him, he said, Abraham, Abraham. Abraham could have said, yes, Hashem, you changed your mind. He doesn't say that. He says, Hineni, I'm still ready to go. I'm still ready throughout till the end. So Abraham's actions were unreal. They were amazing. Beautiful. Abraham's great. But if we think about the Torah, this holy book that I'm holding in my hand, it's more than just a history book. Haz v'shalom. It's more than a book of laws. This book should serve us as a guide in our everyday lives, 2017, now. So if we read Abraham's action, we say, wow, he's a great man. Our next question should be, how can this action of Abraham apply to us right now? We have to ask ourselves, what's our Hineni moment? What could we do now to be Hineni, to be ready? A few days ago, I was watching a basketball game, and my wife comes over to me. She asks me to help her with the laundry. Now there's a minute, 34 seconds left of the game. So I told my wife, there's a minute and a half left of the game. I'll help you when I'm done watching the game. Now any of you that watch basketball, a minute 34 left of the game could sometimes mean 10 minutes. I think about it as Syrian time. I'll see you in 2 minutes, I'll see you in half an hour, right? So I told my wife, give me a minute and a half. Surely enough, the game took 10 minutes to finish. I go over to my wife, I'm here to help you with the laundry, and she's done. I failed my Hineni moment. I failed. I had a chance to say, I'm ready to help, and I failed. Think about when you're on your phone, and your parents comes over to you, and they ask something of you. Right? You're texting, you're Snapchatting, you're on social media, you're Netflixing. I don't know if that's a word. You're on Netflix, right? And your parents tell you, could you help me with something? Most of us will keep looking at our phone and say, yeah, sure, give me a minute. 10 minutes goes by, an hour goes by,